It's up, team honey, team king and always. We are back with another video. It is KingBritneyChanel. This video is about Joy. Joy appeared to leave a message saying that she wanted to tell her story. Is this message actually from Joy? We're gonna talk about all of that in this video and more. Definitely make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, and let's get into my commentary. So before we get into this video, definitely make sure that you are frequenting the channel and turn on your notifications so that you're notified every time I post a video. Also, if you want to DM me and keep in touch with me, darling, you can find me at KingBritneyChanel on IG. I'm gonna start my Twitter at the end of the week. And also, to my subbies that wanted to know about, different decorating details, my other channel, SAE Brittany Chanel, Say Brittany Chanel, it's all one word. That is the channel that I'm going to be doing home decor, stuff like pantry hauls and that sort of stuff, organization, because a lot of y'all ask me questions about where I get stuff, where I shop, how do I do my DIYs, and how do I put stuff together on my YouTube set. So that's where I'm gonna be talking about that. But let's get into the commentary today, honey. So I was getting notifications from my wonderful subscribers, thank you, team honey, about a post that appeared to be Joy. And in this particular post, basically it is saying, the caption said, "I'm sorry," and the post was basically like, this is my story. And it caused a lot of people to be like, is this Joy? So it basically said, there's something I need to reveal, something I should have talked about a long time ago. This is my story. And y'all know it says, Joy in her last name. It says, "I'm sorry." And then you also can see that her younger sibling, I guess the middle sister, Jay, also said, "I love you, big sis." So I feel like at this time, if this is Joy, this could be a joyous occasion. We definitely need to let her know that, she is more than welcome to tell her story. We are all here to listen to her when she is ready. And this is a beautiful, time for her to reach out to somebody that she maybe trusts, like, her sibling, her younger sister, Jay. She could, contact, her family. I'm sure they're all waiting for her. We're all rooting for her. Even some of the people in the public watching, like myself, we're rooting for Joy, because there's nothing that I want to see more than a young woman win and be successful, and to be healthy mentally, physically, and just all around. You feel me? So y'all know her dad, TS, also put a post up, and because I guess it started circulating around, because I'm telling you, the notifications, y'all, on this was, pinging. Everybody was sending me this. I was like, y'all, look at Team Honey this morning with this. So I don't know if this is her or not. And this is the same thing that her dad is posting. It says, "I'm not aware of this page. I haven't seen Joy since December 2016. If you want to reach out to your parents, you could call us at any time, or call your grandmother." And basically, it's basically saying also on his page, that it says, "Joy, this is, this is your dad. If you are having some problems, please call home, or call your nana or your grandma. This is from, it says, basically Tim and his wife, okay?" And he has all the hashtags to all their Instagram and social media, like the younger sister, the mother, and everybody else that she could get in contact with. This is definitely, if this is her, a beautiful time, because she could get the help that she may need. She could, you know, talk about her story. A lot of people, it's like, oh, well, maybe she want to hold out for, you know, to get money off the situation. And a lot of people always jump to money. And I just feel like, personally, your mental health is worth way more than money. I said the same thing about the Summer Walker situation, where people didn't understand what she was going through, having anxiety. They like, oh, well, what problems do you have? You're rich. And that's not necessarily the case. Like, mental health is very important. So I think that if this is her and she's letting us know that she wants to talk about her story and her situation, I think that we should just listen, you know, and just be supportive of that. You feel me? Like, don't necessarily tell her, you know, what to do and all of the rest of that. It's just more, I feel like people just should be supportive at this time. You feel me? This is a very delicate time, I'm sure. A lot of mental processing is going on, because if you think about this, y'all, her whole life as she knows it has changed dramatically. Okay, she done encountered an individual like Kay. I'm sure, like, at first it probably could have been a starry-eyed situation. You thinking that you're gonna be like, you know, a recording artist and model or whatever, and it ended up being totally a whole different situation. And the guy, he's in a whole different situation, and he's dealing with his issues, and you're there, you know, by your lonely. So hopefully, you know, she sees that her parents and her siblings have reached out to her so that she could see that she's loved and supported. I was so excited that I actually seen also, you know, different people just rallying behind her, because so many people have tried to, when it came to her and Az, they just, to me, are so selfish sometimes. They just try to, you know, put those girls' name in the mud and all kind of stuff like that to serve whatever purpose that they're trying to serve. And it's just like, you know, these are human beings. This is somebody's daughter. This is somebody's, you know, youth. And I feel like they deserve to be treated with respect. Like, this is not a situation that I wouldn't wish on anybody. And I'm sure that she's had to process this in her mind, you know, because people, if you think about it, people have been trying to do stuff like, I would say, shame these young women and all kind of stuff. And it's just like, we need to be supportive. I don't think that we need to be doing that sort of stuff. We need to be supportive to people's mental processes and their mental health, and just let them know, like, you know, your feelings matter. Your emotions are valid. A lot of times these people be in situations like this, or you know, they end up in crazy situations because people don't take the time to just sit and just be there for people sometimes. Like, even if you gotta lend, you know, an ear for a couple of seconds, be that for somebody, because you never know what they thinking about in their mind. Like, I'll be in certain stores, like, whether it be like, you know, going to or running errands, like maybe being at like a food place, and the worker starts talking to you a little bit more than what they should, you know, venting about their life. Let the person do that. You never know if you could be that person to minister to a person, because you don't never know if they on the edge. You feel me? You never know where a person's mental state is. Just listen to somebody sometimes so that they could vent their feelings, and that could be a spiritual release of, like, you know, I would say baggage for them. You know, like when you talk about certain situations, it kind of lifts a weight off your chest sometimes. So sometimes feelings need to be expressed. A lot of times, you know, people make having emotions feel like a weakness, and it's just not the case. I'm hoping, y'all, that this is really her, and, you know, that people, when she does, if she does decide to talk, or if she don't decide to talk, whatever her situation may be, that it's respected and that people support her and not try to don't try to come for her for the story all at once or whatever. You got to let people go through their process, they journey. That's the ultimate thing. Like, money is not just the answer to every situation. You know, if you was in a trauma like these women have been in, I don't think that running to interviews and stuff is the best course of action at first. Like, you need to process this stuff. You have to go into a process that you may even be emotionally grieving because your life has changed. Like, life changes really impact you emotionally. So definitely I would say, seek Yahweh and get some counseling to work out your emotions. And then when you're ready to do that, or if you just want to talk and say whatever you feel to a trusted somebody, I feel like that's, where that's at. Whichever way she decides to do it, to me, it should be respected. But I'm just saying that because, a lot of people is like, oh, is she going to run to different media outlets and stuff like that? That's what a lot of people is concerned with. But I think that's more so people on that other side concerned what she going to say, because they want to hold on to whatever narrative they going to hold on to, I guess, support K or whatever the situation may be. But at this point, that's a grown man. He have to go through his due process situation, and that don't have nothing to do, his actions don't have nothing to do with nobody. And anybody that's listening to this, you don't have to live your life concerned about other people's decisions and choices that they made, honey. Do not let nobody put their baggage on you, okay? You responsible for you and your life, and you cannot let people feel bad, make you feel bad about telling the truth, honey, or, saying what you need to say, or feeling like you can't. Don't let nobody allow you to think that you are not, entitled to your feelings and that your feelings are not valid, because that's just, to me, wild out. And that's exactly what I said in the whole, Asri situation when she decided to leave. That is, like these people been saying, that's a grown woman. She decided to make a decision for herself, and she has every right to, change her mind. A woman has every right to change her mind. She could like you one day and decide the next day that she don't like you and don't want to be bothered with your drama and situations. That is her right. Or a person at any time could decide, I want to do business with you today, don't want to do business with you the next day. At any point, a person is allowed to change their mind. And I think people need to stop acting like that's not the real about that. This situation, y'all, I'm so thankful to Yahweh that these young ladies are, alive, thriving, whole life ahead of them. They got all of the opportunity in the world to do whatever they want to do. Don't allow nobody to make you feel no shame, baby. That is why Yeshua HaMashiach did what he did, so that you could be redeemed and live your life. Do not allow these people that be talk on this internet to dictate your mood or to make you feel no type of way. You got, especially when it comes to, these young ladies, you got a lot of people rooting for you. You got a lot of people that want to see due process happen and justice be served. Let it be known. It's a lot of people that's rooting for the truth in this situation. And that's all, I'm concerned with. I'm concerned about, the mental health of these young ladies, and that they just be prosperous and blessed, and that they could just move on with, trusted people that they love, whether it be their family, friends, whoever it may be. That's all I care about. What are y'all thoughts about this whole situation? I feel like hopefully this is her. Because the TK had put out the reports that Asri had left, and I know if Joy was still there, that had to be a hard situation, because that was somebody that you was there with, y'all was in it, a long time in the situation, so y'all seen a lot together. So that had to be like, okay, I need to start wrapping my head around this whole situation to see what's going on. Especially that the money is fizzling out, the clock is running out, and old boy gonna have to go through his due process and answer for things that he gotta answer for, regardless of what anybody have to say or how they feel. That's what's gonna happen in this situation. He's gonna have to answer in front of a judge to things that are being put out there, and that's what's gonna happen with that. We don't know which way that's gonna go, but these girls definitely had a whole life ahead of them, and that's definitely the beautiful part. Like, they could decide to, you know, get therapy, maybe go to university, college, whatever they're gonna do, start a business, you know, have healthy relationships, healthy friends. That's all I'm wishing for these young ladies that was involved with this. I'm also wishing and praying that they don't relive or, you know, sit in trauma. Because I know there's a lot of people, I told you, in America, honey, this is Vic City, okay, where people just rehash their trauma. They bond over that mess. And it's just like, when you go through your healing process, let Yahweh do it. Let the Most High God, you know, heal you, and then move forward with that. If you want to help other people, tell you, which by your testimony, do that. But definitely do not allow people to keep, you know, do not allow people to get you to keep rehashing old stuff too. Because people, K does not define you. You know what I mean? You are your own separate entity outside of K. And a lot of people don't realize that. You know, sometimes when you get into these unhealthy relationships, you could lose your identity in that. And I'm just praying that the Lord restore these young women, get them a new identity, and just new everything, new gifts, new vision, Lord, new lease on life. And Jesus, Yeshua HaMashiach's holy name, honey. That's what my prayer is for these young women. And a lot of people ask me, excuse me, y'all, because I'm trying to get myself together. I got a little cold over here. The weather is changing. A lot of people ask me, when I'm talking about stuff, like, why do I talk about, you know, celeb type of situations, and, you know, why do I talk about, you know, that and the Most High God at the same time? The reason why I talk about that is because you're supposed to be, I would say, a fisherman of men. You're supposed to bring the good news to people. So honey, right? Honey represents in the word, the promises of God, right? Like the land of milk and honey, right? It's something that's good. It's like you bringing good news to people, the promises of the Most High God to people. So life is bitter tea sometimes. Life is not always fun. It's you know, you got your broad path where you can just, people feel like they can do whatever they want, but understand you're going to do whatever you want and it's going to be consequences. And then you got the people that choose to walk the narrow path where it's a hard journey, but it's going to be worth it in the end. So life represents bitter tea, and honey, the promises of Yahweh, makes life sweeter. So a lot of people, they want to hear the tea about celebs and that sort of stuff, but I'm gonna go ahead and put the promises of Yahweh in there for the people also, so that they could get the good news as well, because everybody don't want to hear that church organization type of rhetoric, that Jethro style preaching. A lot of people feel like that church stuff is full of hypocrites when it comes to them organizations and them buildings, because they haven't seen what the real church is. We are the church, ecclesia. So wherever we are, wherever we decide to congregate, wherever we decide to meet and talk about things of Yahweh, that is where the church is. So you don't have to sit up in a building and think that's what and think you have to do that. That's traditions of man. And basically, I'm just bringing y'all the good news along with the everyday news that is being put out in the media. So I wanted to clarify that. But this is just this. If this is true, y'all, this is good news in itself. You know, I'm all for people getting delivered. I'm all for people getting healed, honey. I pray that the healing balm of Gilead be released in these young ladies' lives right now. In Yeshua HaMashiach's holy name, honey. I'm praying for them. So that's my thoughts on this whole situation. Do y'all feel like this is joy? Do y'all feel like somebody could have made this page to kind of, you know, mess with the internet? What are your thoughts on this? It's KingBritneyChanel. You already know. Definitely make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Follow me on Instagram at KingBritneyChanel. And also, you know, follow my other YouTube page, Say Brittany Chanel, SAE Brittany Chanel. It's all one word. I'm gonna go get some tea, y'all. I hope y'all enjoyed this video, and I will see y'all soon on the next video. Come shop with me now at my Teespring store, KingBritneyChanel Couture. I provide custom apparel and so much more for an affordable price. We have items like leggings, t-shirts, and hoodies. So thank you for shopping, and I hope that you enjoy. Hey honeys, thank you for watching my video, and if you haven't, definitely make sure you check out my Teespring, KingBritneyChanel Couture, where you can find my latest merch. I upload a lot of new designs frequently, so definitely make sure you check it out. We have mugs, we have wall tapestries, canvas art, pillows, fleece blankets, apparel, and so much more. Thank y'all for watching, and I'll see y'all on my next video.